Yes, beta, we are going to have the revision of poem 2 today, an elementary school classroom in a slum. And this poem is composed by Stephen Spender. If we talk about the introduction or the idea conveyed in the poem, this poem is about based on the theme of the social injustice and class inequalities. And the poet constantly highlights his belief in the paradox of poverty, the idea that the more advanced the society, the larger the gap between the poor and the rich. His philosophy of life exposes the real situation that exists in the society today and the so called hollowness in the intentions of the humanitarians of the world who want to do good to the underprivileged by donating gifts which are in fact of no use. We have seen in the poem so many pictures, so many portraits donated by the rich class people, but they are of no use to them. If we talk about the theme and the message given in the poem, Stephen Spender very strongly believes that you cannot hope to provide education to the children who are poor and hungry. The sense of hopelessness and the lack of a bright future, symbolized by the words fog, foggy slum, suggest that the very purpose of educating these children has been defeated. Poverty, hunger, hopelessness govern their lives. The society and government agencies neglect the poor and downtrodden people. They are deprived of the basic rights like education, employment, health, and hygiene. This is possible only when the privileged realize their duty towards the underprivileged, haves or have nots, means rich and the poor. When the rich people, the haves or the privileged, they realize their duty towards the have nots or the underprivileged. So the poem is a better criticism of the condition of education in schools in slum areas, and the poet is pained to see the social injustice. The government is expected to provide equal opportunities to the poor and neglected sections of the society, but government is not successful in its aim, though they are doing so many actions, so many policies are being made, but they are not executed in a proper way that the benefit should reach to these people. So we get a message and a criticism on the society and the education that is being provided to these children and the government policies. Now, I want someone of you should explain about the literary devices used in the poem. Yes, will come forward. Yes, Matthew Beta. Good.
Yes, ma'am. The literary devices used in the poem are metaphor and simile.
Yes, explain the
The
metaphors.
metaphors used are uh, far from gusty waves,
Hmm.
and second one is future painted with fog.
Yes.
Future painted with fog,
Then,
lead sky,
yes, sealed in with the lead sky.
sour cream,
Yes, so cream walls. Yes,
sour wall, sour cream walls.
yes. Then,
From fog to endless night.
yes, from fog to endless night. Or
Let their tongue
let
run
their
naked into
tongues,
books.
yes, run naked into books.
Their
Uh,
skin peeped through their bones,
yes, wear skins peep
and the
through by
similes
women. There are some more metaphors. whose language is the sun, stars of words, rat's eyes, the very beginning, rat's eyes, father's gnarl disease, squirrel's game, tree room, spectacles of steel. All these are the metaphors used in the poem. Then there are some similes used. Yes, beta.
Yes, ma'am. The similes used are like rootless weeds,
Mm.
like bottles built on stones, the
Yes.
windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs.
Yes, similes like rootless weeds, like bottles bit on the stones, these windows that shut up on their lives, like catacombs, faces. Then we have slums as big as doom. Note down one more simile. Slums as big as doom. Clear? Then we have images and symbols also in the poem. We have some images and symbols also in the poem. Gusty waves, rootless weeds, the paper seeming boy, twisted bones, sour cream walls, Shakespeare's head, Tyrolese valley, open handed map, fog, ship and sun, cramped holes, bottle bits on stones, like then gold sands. Gold sands. These all are the images and the symbols which are used in this poem. Clear? Yes, let's discuss some of the questions with the help of the lines. The beginning lines, first four lines. I want someone to read these lines. Quickly raise your hands. Ashwinder Kaur. Ashwinder Kaur, beta,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
read the beginning
Yes.
four lines up to red's eyes.
Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighted down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes.
Yes. Where do you think are these children sitting?
Ma'am, the children are sitting in an elementary school in a slum area.
They are sitting in the school classroom in a slum, which is far, far away from the winds and the waves which are blowing strongly. Next question, Gurveer Kaur. How do the
Yes,
faces,
ma'am.
how do the faces and hair of these children look? How do the faces and hair of these children
The,
look?
the children look like rootless weeds, which refers to the insecure faces, and their hair look like torn round pallor, and they have pale faces, burdened with worries of future.
The faces of these children look pale, and their uncombed and unkept hair look like rootless wild plants. Here, round their pillar, that is referred to their face. Hair torn round their pillar. Pillar here refers to their pale face. Here, yes. Next question. Can see Diksha. Why is the head of the tall girl
Yes,
weighed
ma'am.
down? Why is the head of the tall girl weighed down?
Ma'am, the head of the tall girl is weighed down uh, with the worries of the future, poverty, and the ill bodies of the children. as
The
though
head,
they are not properly healthy.
yes, the head of the tall girl is weighed down by the burdens of the world. She feels depressed, ill, and exhausted. Besides, she is also physically very weak. Yeah. Next question. I can have Jasmine. Jasmine, beta. What do you understand by
Yes,
the
ma'am.
paper seeming boy with rat's eyes?
Ma'am, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. This means that the paper seeming boy here phrase means that the boy sitting in the class is very thin and very weak, and with rat's eyes means that he is very attentive and is having a keen observation.
Yes, very good. It means that the boy is exceptionally thin, weak, and hungry, and rat's eyes show that the boy has keen observation. Coming to the next lines. Now, I would like Tisha beta to read the next lines. The stunted unlucky here. Read the next lines till the end of the stanza.
The stunted, unlucky hair of twisted bones, reciting a father's banal disease, his lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of the squirrel's game in tree room other than this.
Yes. Who is the unlucky here and what will he inherit? Who is the unlucky here and what will he inherit? Yes, Tisha beta?
Ma'am, stunned means that his growth is not proper
Hmm.
and he has inherited the disease which is of twisted bones from his father.
Yes, the lean and the thin boy having rat's eyes. It's not referred with this boy, it is after the full stop. Something wrong is there. The lean and the thin boy having stunted growth is referred here as unlucky here, and he will inherit twisted bones from his father.
सारे टेप रिवाइंड करो और चेक करो क्या ये सांडनी थी, ये सांडनी थी, क्या ये सांडनी थी, ये सांडनी थी.
Ma'am, the stunted boy was thus. Ma'am, the stunted boy was very attentive. He was a very keen observer, and and his growth was not proper. He was very weak, and he has got disease from his father, and he was very unlucky.
The question is, what is the stunted boy reciting? Was he reciting some lessons or something else?
Ma'am, he was reciting his lesson.
No, he was reciting. Here refers to his thinking, his analyzing. He was thinking about the disease which he was having, which he has inherited from his father. He was not reciting the lessons because he did not have any interest in those lessons. Yes,
Okay,
next
ma'am.
question. Chahat. Chahat, beta. Khushi. Khushi, beta. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is sitting at the back of the dim
Yes,
class? Who is sitting at the back
a
of the
tall
dim?
girl with a
At
cute
the
boy
back
sitting
of
at the
the dim
back of
class,
the gym
beta.
class.
Listen the question carefully. At the back of the dim class.
A cute small boy sitting at the back of the gym class.
A sweet young boy sits at the back of this dim class. He sits there unnoticed. Here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Gurveer Kaur. Gurveer Pita, please unmute yourself. Why has the class been
Yes,
termed
ma'am.
as dim? Why has the class been termed as dim?
The class has been termed as dim because of the atmosphere, the dusty and dark atmosphere,
Hmm.
and
Yes,
also the environment of students sitting there who are not interested to learn the lessons.
the poet deliberately calls it a dim class for two reasons. First, it is because the streets are narrow and not much natural sunlight can reach inside the class. Secondly, it is because the future of the students of this class is far from being bright. It is uncertain, insecure. That's why it is called as dim. It refers to the double meaning. One, to the area or the environment, because there is no sunlight, no fresh air coming in the class. And secondly, it refers to the future of the students, which is considered as dim. Yes, Harshita Gandhi. Harshita Gandhi, please unmute yourself. No.
Yes,
His
yes, ma'am.
eyes live in a dream. What dream does he have? His eyes live in a dream. What dream does he have?
His dream was to get out of that class because he doesn't want to study in that environment.
Hmm.
He want to achieve his goals and want to become something in his life.
The boy seems hopeful. That shows his hope. He dreams of a better time.
He's ambitious, we can also
Ambitious,
say that.
having outdoor games just like a squirrel's game, of a room made inside the stem of a tree. He dreams of many things other than this dim and unpleasant classroom offers, such as the green fields and the open seas. He wants to go out and have the game just like the squirrel. That means enjoy the open areas. Living in that limited area or constrained into that room does not suit him, and he wants to go out. Yes, coming to the next lines. Amneek, beta, will you do? Amneek, if you're present in the meeting. Amneek, no. Quickly raise your hands. Anyone else who would do? Again and again, the same students are being given the turn. You should come forward and participate in discussion. Again, same four students I can see. Five. What rest are doing? Hmm. Pranav Ori. Pranav Ori, do you like
Yes, ma'am.
read the next lines, beta? On sour cream walls. No.
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is cracking.
On sour cream walls. Start from here. Read the lines. Okay, Jasmine, beta, read it.
Yes, ma'am. On sour cream walls, donations say Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome, riding all cities. Ballad flowery, Torricelli's valley, open-handed map, awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows not this map their world, where all their futures painted with the fog.
Yes. Your question is, what is the color of classroom walls and what does this color suggest? Yes. Yes, Jasmine beta. Matthew, you answer beta.
Yes, ma'am. The color of the walls of the classroom is dirty, yellow, and old, and this color suggests the bad condition of the classroom.
Yes, the color of the classroom walls is sour cream or off-white, and this color suggests the decaying aspect or the pathetic condition of the classrooms and the lives of the children in the slum school. What does the cloudless at dawn mean? Diksha, cloudless at dawn. What
Ma'am,
does? Yes, yes, beta. Cloudless at dawn. What does it mean? This phrase, what does it mean? Yes, Diksha beta. Try to unmute.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here cloudless at dawn refers to Shakespeare's head as it resembles sun. Uh, his bald head is shining like a weak sun in the morning.
No, beta, no. You're giving wrong meaning for this. Cloudless at dawn. Dawn होता है early morning time, and cloudless refers to the sky. The phrase refers to a wall painting that shows a morning scene with clear skies. There is a painting on the wall hanging which shows the morning scene of sun rising and the sky is clear. Okay. However, this picture is ironical as the dawn, that is the childhood of these students, is quite pathetic and there is no hope of their progress. So it is ironical, but simply if we go for the meaning, it refers to the morning scene picture or the painting that is hanging on the wall. Dawn is the time of early morning and cloudless means the clear sky without any clouds. Okay. Next, Khushi beta.
Yes, ma'am.
What does the civilized dome riding all cities symbolize?
I'm here. Civilized dome riding all the cities means the posters on the wall were very much photos were very much civilized, but the children or the students there were not interested in that because their personal life was very much dull and their
You
future
need
was
not to
bleak.
tell that. You need not to tell that. Here we are to be very brief. Only explain the meaning of that phrase which is asked to you. No need to link it with the children. Civilized dome symbolizes that education is spread in every city. It shows the civilization of the other cities. Civilized world शो कर रहा है ये कि सारी दुनिया में प्रोग्रेस हो रही है, डेवलपमेंट हो रही है. It shows that only. There was a picture of civilized dome which shows about the development of the whole world. Clear? Civilized dome symbolizes that education is spread in every city. But the spread of education in slum area is very slow and difficult because of the malnutrition of the children. Clear? Next question, Gurveer Kaur. Repeat Kaur, but I cannot see your name here. Yes, Jasmine, beta. Jasmine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Question is, which
Yes, ma'am.
two words does the poet hint at? And how is the contrast between the two words presented?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here the poet has added awarding the world its world. It means that the world that is shown on the map means the beautiful places of the world that are in direct contrast to the slum children that are sitting in the class, as their future is foggy and insecure, and they don't have the similar world that is shown in the photographs.
Yes, the poet hints at two words, the word of poverty, misery, malnutrition of the slum, where children are underfed, weak, and have stunted growth. And the other word is of progress and prosperity, peopled by the rich and the powerful. So the pictures on the wall suggesting happiness, richness, prosperity, development, growth, well being, and beauty are in complete contrast to the dim and the dull slum areas. Clear? Now, next, I would like Amneek beta, if you are in the meeting, please read the next lines.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the next lines. And yet, for these children, these
Open
will
handed,
start from here. And
and
yet,
yet for
yes,
and yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with a fog, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves, and stars of birds.
yes,
Surely Shakespeare
yes,
is big.
yes, wait here. Stanza is over here. What are the children referred to here? And which is their word? Yes, Amnik beta. What are the children referred to here? And which is their word? Please beta, unmute yourself. Yes, Ashwinder beta.
The children refer to here the children who live and study in slums.
Yes, those children are referred to here who study in an elementary school classroom, and their word is limited to the window of the classroom. They are confined only within the narrow streets of the slum, that is far away from the open sky and the rivers. And their view is full of despair and depression. The life of the children seems to be very bleak, dull, insecure. Here, next question based on the same lines. Ashwinder Kaur,
Yes, ma'am.
explain painted with the fog. Explain the phrase painted with the fog. Yes.
Ma'am, the poet refers to the black future of the slum children
Mm.
as the fog blurs our view. The future of the slum children is blurred by the hopelessness.
Yes, through the metaphor painted with the fog, the poet wants to say that the future of these children is unclear like a sight in foggy season. जैसे foggy season में हमारी दृश्य जो है देखने वाली चीजें जो है उनकी visibility कम हो जाती है. In the same way, it has their future is blur and bleak. Clear? Next. Samvit Tugal, would you like to answer? Samvit Tugal, please unmute yourself and answer. No. Harshita Gandhi. Harshita Gandhi, beta, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
How is their life different from that of other children?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
How is their life different from that of other children?
Their life is different from that of other children as they don't get proper food to eat. Moreover they are mentally and physically exhausted.
Yes, the slum children spend their life only in the narrow streets of the land. They don't get the basic necessities of life. They are deprived of food, clothing, and shelter.
They
But the
don't
main thing that they differ from other children is freedom. They don't enjoy the freedom of life.
they don't have freedom.
Yes. Good.
They don't have freedom to go outside and enjoy their lives.
Yes, yes, very good. Yes, Matthew, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Why has the poet mentioned rivers, capes, and stars of his words? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The poet has mentioned here rivers, capes, and stars of words because these children are far, far away from these things. They do not enjoy their life, and they are enslaved, and they do not have freedom to go outside and enjoy that beauties of nature.
Yes. According to the poet, the rivers and the capes are the open places, the nature. And the poet's purpose of mentioning these places is just to compare the narrow streets of the slum with the open spaces of rivers and capes where people enjoy in fresh air. Besides, stars of words means education. And the poet says that these children are far from the stars of word as they are unable to get the knowledge of words properly. Clear? Now coming to the next lines. Uh, Khushi beta, why is Shakespeare
Yes, ma'am.
wicked? Why is Shakespeare wicked? According to the next lines.
Ma'am, Shakespeare is wicked because Shakespeare photos are for giving inspiration to the children. But in this scenario, Shakespeare is not playing any role because for them, their life is like a prison. So Shakespeare is wicked as it is a bad example for them.
Yes, Shakespeare's painting is said to be wicked because his words misled the children. He shows them a beautiful word of ships, sun, love, which is not only unreal for them, it does not motivate the slum children as they don't get healthy food, living condition, and study environment. So they are not worried about that. How is the map a bad example? Yes. How
The map
is,
is a
yes, yes,
map is a bad example because the map is of the world map, but but the children's domain is like a prison. They can't move outside their domain. It's all like a prison. So they have no idea about the outer world, the
yes.
rivers, caves, and the suns.
Yes,
So it is
any
good.
map shows the outer world beauty by which students are excited to see. But these children